are in leg lock month. We're finishing this month with a lot of leg attacks. We have a pretty long sequence, but it pretty much has just kind of one concept that we're going to go over. So it's like one concept, but the chain is going to be a little bit long. And we're going to start actually in a defensive play, right? So, Big Will, can I grab you? We're going to start in one of the most common leg lock scenarios, one that we teach very, very often for very good reason because it's so effective. It is any time I'm in a single leg X guard. And first, let's just talk about the standard single leg X guard. Let's just talk about the standard one. Oh. So the standard one, it's great, right? The whole world does it, but it has its faults. The fault is that this foot is visible. So since this foot is visible, like if I create a little bit of space, a lot of times I can start to hit foot locks and like toe holds and breaks on the top foot. I can just crunch his foot just like this. So I can also do an estima. I can break it just like this. I can also do an aoki. I can put my hand here, fall to the side, and I can look to go for an aoki. So there's a lot of, if I'm a good leg locker, and if I'm not worried about my own foot, a lot of times I can actually do quick attacks on my training partner. So that's idea number one. Idea number two. Idea number two. A lot of people that that like to go for bolos and stuff like that. It doesn't matter for people. You can go like this. They grab the pinky, they start to take it out, and then they bring their knee onto the floor, and then they take the back A, or Brian, they start to go here, and then now they take the back B. Right? So now there's a lot of different things that's going to happen once you're in a single leg X. And on top of that, what the whole world teaches is anytime we're here, okay, to stand up, put that foot onto the floor, open, and either take back steps, or what's been trending today is opening up the foot, sliding around this way, and now taking arm bars and omoplata triangles on the other side. So there's so many different things that people can do if that foot is on your hip. So for that reason, a lot of people, they play with their foot hidden, all right? A lot of those options now disappeared for the top person. Plus, now he's able to use his shin to pressure my knee. So his shin has my knee on one side, and his hand has my knee on the other side. So my knee is unable to move. As opposed to when it's on my hip, all right, now my knees can move. All right, you're on camera, by the way. All right, so behave. All right, so we're here. So once you're here, guys, you're in a lot of trouble. All right, so this is the main trouble, but what's keeping me from putting my foot on the floor is actually this leg. He can push me away here. He can start to push me away on my chest. Or a lot of people, they start to put the foot onto the hip, and they start to stretch you away here. So this foot is keeping distance, and now he isolates my ankle. Now he's able to finish me. Right? So first things first, and I'm going to get a 2-on-1 on this leg. All right, I want to take away the ability of him to do a good push. Now I'm going to sit so that we are symmetrical. When we are symmetrical, all right, now I can engage this foot, the one that I was on my shin. I'm going to put the sole of my foot right into his hamstring. Now, when I put it into his hamstring, what's happening is I give freedom to my knee. My knee is now able to move. Be tight here, Big Will. Use this shin really tight. Yeah, I can't move. My knee is stuck. All right, you're going to feel very stuck. But the second you go here, you just loosen up that space. Now your knee is able to move. So now, as they try to finish you, you can actually take your foot all the way out. Once you've taken it out, now we are in a symmetrical position, but I have grips on him, he doesn't have grips on me. I'm going to pass this foot across, I'm going to go underneath his ankle bone, and I'm going to choke the foot as high as I can. This hand goes on the floor, and I'm going to shoot my leg all the way across his hip, and I'm going to aim for my knee on his knee and my foot behind his back. Even though Big Will is taller than me, I'm still able to get height behind him. All right, I want to hide my foot as much as I can. Now, I'm going to bring my knee onto the floor, I'm going to use this hand for base, I'm going to have a big chest. From here, the way to finish, I'm going to rotate, and it becomes a really strong tie. Right? It's a really, really strong ankle lock from like a 50, kind of like a 50-50 position. Right here, this foot is safe. This foot he cannot attack. All right. So again, all you got to do from here is just rotate your shoulders, and you're going to be able to get a really, really strong tie. All right. So one more time, the part one, and then we're going to go to part two in a second. You find yourself here. By the way, for the more advanced students, if you have setups to get here, do them from any position. Right? Maybe you do the escape that we did earlier. Maybe you do shin on shin, delahiro, whatever you want. Again, I take a 2-on-1, I sit, and then when I sit, I place my foot right into his hamstring. Now, as they try to finish you, you're going to find it pretty easy to take your foot out. Pass it across, take a nice bite. Notice how high my hand is. My hand is not on my belly. Right here, there's no pressure. I take it nice and high, I use this hand for balance, and I shoot this through, and I bring my knee right onto his knee, and I open up my base. Same as the warm-up we do every day. To finish, I'm pulling up, and I'm rotating my shoulders to get a really nice tap. It is stronger to go onto your shin, to widen your base, and to go belly down. This is stronger, but if you miss, they have a chance to go to your back. All right, so for that reason, do not go to your shin, do not go to your knees. Just finish from a seated position. Then part two is going to be the counter of how he's going to defend himself, and then my follow-up when he counters. Cool? Let's go. So Mark has him in the single leg X guard with a butterfly hook. Mike takes a 2-on-1, he sits down, he puts the foot into the hamstring, he pulls his foot out, he passes it across, and now he shoots it to do go, 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 go. He bends the leg, and now look what he does, right? He brings his knee over his knee. The only thing to make this a little bit better is a wider base. Exactly, taking this out just like this. Big chest, this is the finishing, this is what we're aiming for, okay? Look at this visually. So right here, how much tension do you have right now, Mike? Percent of this?
Barely anything.
Barely anything, that's what we're looking for. Mark, I want you to start to move around. Slowly rotate your shoulders. That's the goal. The goal is for the person that has it to barely do anything and be able to make the other person tap while the other person is trying to move and being frantic, etc., etc., etc. All right, so awesome. Now for the part 2. So now I'm going to have Big Will, my trusty partner. Okay, so everything is exactly the same. Now I put him into the finishing position, and notice, guys, when I'm here, look, I'm using my knee to bend his knee, and I'm shooting this behind his back. And again, I'm going to see the position just like this. Now, the lower your hand is, the weaker it's going to be. The higher your hand is, the stronger it's going to be. The best thing that Big Will can do is take 2 hands on my knee and peel it all the way to the other side, build the base up, and now start to defend himself. The concept is he's putting weight on that foot. Now that there's weight on that foot, I cannot break the foot through the floor. It's going to be very, very difficult, right? So, if he stay seated, now I can actually still finish him, potentially, right? But once he puts that knee onto the floor, now I can no longer finish him. So now, the most important thing is earlier I crossed my ankles. If you keep your ankles open, they can heel hook you at any time, right? So make sure you're defending yourself while this is happening. I'm going to explain that in a second. From here, same exact 2-on-1, I'm going to lift his ankle up and I'm going to put it to the top side. When I put it to the top side, notice that now his foot is no longer on the floor. I'm now going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to choke the foot as high as I can, connecting my hands together, making my chest big by rotating my shoulders backwards, looking away from him and using my hips to get a really tight finish. All right, so Big Will move around a little bit. All right, it's really, really tight. Some people mistakenly roll in these positions. Roll with them and then finish them on your side, and now you're back in an ankle lock, except it's on the same side as opposed to across. All right, so sometimes people do that. Be careful with them, all right, because they can sometimes break their own leg while they're doing it. It's not the right action, but just be ready for it that sometimes these things happen. But let's say I want to do one more thing, all right, and it's a move that I just went over with a great coach in Colombia that specializes in calf locks. So I'm here, let's say he makes a boot and I can't finish it, exactly. Now you find it very difficult. So take your hand, the one that's on the inside, and I will bring it underneath his knee. Go to his pinky toe and lift the pinky toe up. Momentarily open your legs, bring his shoelaces right on your hamstring. One of the errors that I see a lot of people, including myself, that were making, you putting on your groin. All right, it sounds funny, but it sometimes happens. Don't put it on your groin, put it like right in your hamstring, make your knee touch his leg. That gives you the ability to triangle your legs. Big Will start to move around. All you gotta do is just hip into it slowly and you have a really, really tight calf lock. How do they get out of the calf lock? They're gonna have to start to sit and extend their leg. As they extend their leg, a lot of times they're going back, and now I can actually finish them with my own, and now the whole circle starts all over. All right? So from the beginning, from the top. So Big Will has me in a single leg X guard. I'm gonna take a 2-on-1. I sit, and as I sit, I put my foot right into his hamstring. I free my foot, I pass it across, I take a tight bite, I open myself up, and I go to my finishing position number 1. He peels my knee. Watch how I cross my feet immediately so he doesn't counter me in that split second. Once we're here, 2-on-1, pass it to the other side, and I'll take an ankle lock on the top side. I want to be a little bit on my side for this one, all right? So I'm going to shimmy so that I'm a little bit on my side, not flat. That way I can use my hips and shoulders a lot more. So that's A. B, I bring my arm right in the crook of his knee. I go to the pinky, I lift it up, and I step over it, and now I have a really, really tight calf lock submission. Here, I don't want to extend away. I want to kind of use my hips, but I'm crunching in to put a lot of pressure on Big Will's hamstring and on his knee ligaments. All right? Any quick questions on anything here?
Can you show the calf lock one more time?
Yeah. So, Justin, it's when we are in my foot lock, and maybe it's not working. Maybe I'm a little bit high. I'm a little bit stuck. And then just like, it's a really cool move that I learned that I just wanted to bring back to everyone here. So you bring your arm underneath just like this. You go to the pinky. Now you step over it. And as I step over it, I want to, like, some people do this and see there's a lot of space. So make your knee touch their leg, and now that gives you the ability to triangle your legs. And now when I crunch and I close everything together, it becomes pretty tight. All right? Let's give it a try.